Well, shalom, shalom. This is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries, and it is day 4 of the Feast of Sukkot, and here we are at Niagara Falls. You can see Niagara Falls in the background, one of the biggest waterfalls in all of North America. And I thought it would be really good to film a podcast for Sukkot right in the midst of the feast, right at Niagara Falls, because just as you see the millions of gallons of water that thunder forth every moment, people from all over the world come here to see it. So too, when Sukkot is eventually fulfilled in Revelation chapter 22, it says that the crystal waters will be gushing forth from the throne of the Lamb. So it's a beautiful picture. Also in the millennial kingdom, when Yahshua, Jesus Christ, is ruling and reigning from Jerusalem, it says that living waters will be going forth from the temple, both toward the Mediterranean and back toward the other sea. And Israel will literally stretch from the Nile River all the way to the Euphrates, okay? So it won't be all the other countries. It'll be Israel, which was the original land grant given to Abraham 4,000 years ago. So when Yahshua, the Messiah of Israel, comes to rule and reign on his throne in Jerusalem, Israel will stretch across from the Nile River in Egypt all the way to the Euphrates. And it says in the book of Psalms, Psalm 2 and in other Psalms, that his kingdom will stretch from the rising of the sun to the setting of the sun, which basically means it's going to control the whole earth. Now, during that time period, it says that if any nation does not come up to Jerusalem for the Feast of Sukkot, for tabernacles, to honor the King, Messiah Yahshua, upon that nation they will receive no rain. So, at this time in the future, once the Christians call him Jesus Christ, the Jews call him Yahshua HaMashiach, once he returns and he takes up his throne, all nations will be commanded to go up to Jerusalem to keep the Feast of Sukkot, the Feast of Tabernacles. And it is at that feast fulfillment, when he's ruling and reigning, that these living waters are going to gush out. So I thought it was a beautiful picture where you can see these beautiful crystal blue waters gushing forth. You see the power of these waters. They carve the rock and they flow down the river. This is nothing compared to the living waters that will gush forth from the throne of the Lamb. Also, one thing I was sharing yesterday during Shabbat is that if you think about how tall Mount Everest is, well, right now if you go to Jerusalem, Mount Zion is just a little hill. But it says when Yahshua returns, the earth's going to shake so much that Mount Zion will become the tallest and greatest mountain of all the mountains in the earth. That means that at that time, when Yahshua returns, Mount Zion is going to be taller, way taller even than Everest. So we're going to have these gushing living waters that will make this look like nothing, and we're going to have a mountain, Mount Zion, taller than Mount Everest. Yahshua will be ruling and reigning from his throne on Mount Everest. It's going to be a very, very exciting time. So one of the beautiful things to do if you're looking for ways of how to celebrate Sukkot is go out with your friends and family and have fun during the 8 days of this feast. This is supposed to be a very joyous feast, and that's why me and my friends are here to enjoy the beautiful Niagara Falls as we reflect on Yah's creation and we rejoice in this feast. His commandments are always a blessing and are always a joy. This is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. Website is www.spiritandtorah.com. Shalom and happy Sukkot 2014.